Hey, what's up?
Hey man. Hey man.
How's it going?
Good, buddy. Good.
Right on. So yeah, I'll just roll into the interview. So what are you up to? You driving to a show?
Driving from Maryland down to Nashville, man. I have rights all week this week, and then I head out to Texas. I'm gonna go spend a couple days at Cody Jinks' house, right with him, and then I start in Austin on February 7th with Culture Ball.
Oh shit, right on, man. Going back out with Coulter again. Or is this the first time?
No, this is like the fucking 100th time, man.
I
It's
thought
been
so. I
fun.
thought you'd been out yeah, I thought you went out a couple months ago too.
Yeah, we did a couple weeks with him in December.
Right on. You guys ever gonna make it up to the Pacific Northwest or
Man, he was just up there. They were just in Seattle and man, I forget where else they were. They were up. I think they did Portland.
yeah, he does
I don't.
Idaho, he does Boise. He does really well in Boise, I know that.
I mean, like in the last 3 or 4 days, they were up there.
Oh really? Yeah, he's been coming up
Yeah,
like twice a year, so um
yeah.
it doesn't surprise me. He's been doing well up here.
Yeah, he's killing it, man.
What's good, man? How you doing out on those tours? You doing pretty good?
Yeah, man. The crowds have been real receptive and attentive, and that's all you can really ask for, man. Is that they listen to you and applaud. You
Yeah.
can't ask for much else. But
Are you still sold out of those albums you just got done?
nah, man. They're as far as I know, we're not. They
Uh,
should be back in stock. Yeah,
you sold out of the first set pretty quick, didn't you?
yeah, like a day or something, man. They went real fast.
Right on. Fuck yeah, man. It's good to hear you're doing so good, dude.
Well, I'm trying, brother. You know how it goes.
Oh, it's still a struggle. It's a songwriter struggle.
That's right, man. That's right.
What else you got planned, man?
Uh, man, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Really, just trying to get the word out as much as we possibly can about the new record and that kind of stuff. Gonna be releasing a split 7-inch with Billy Don Burns this year through Rusty Knuckles Records. Pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I saw Ralph
Uh,
posting that this month sometime. That's pretty fucking awesome too.
yeah, I'm pretty excited, man. I mean, you know how much I look up to Billy Don, so to get to have the opportunity to do something like that, man, it means a whole hell of a lot to me.
Yeah, right on. So what else you got going on?
Just touring, man, and writing songs. I'm in Nashville every week when I'm not on the road now, writing with, uh, all kinds of people down there. I just wrote with a guy named Channing Wilson, who has a Luke Combs #1 right now. She got the best of me. He wrote that song. Um, wrote with a guy named Wyatt Durrett, who wrote another Luke Combs single called Beautiful Crazy. I have a write coming up this week with Travis Meadows, who is an amazing songwriter. All kinds of people have cut his stuff. Everybody from Skinner to Eric Church has recorded Travis Meadows' song. Um, so yeah, man, just writing and running around the country like a madman.
No,
About to get run off the road by a fucking U-Haul. Watch what you're going. That's where you're going, asshole. Sorry, man.
you're all
Sorry,
good.
I legit almost just got run off the highway by a U-Haul. Sorry,
No, you're fine. Fucking
fucking people, man.
yeah. So right on, man. You gonna be able to catch the Royal Rumble this weekend?
If my WWE Network subscription is still valid, you know how it goes, man. We live show to show down here, and I don't know if I still have the network or not. I think I do.
Yeah,
Man, I haven't. I read more than I watch.
I do too nowadays, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to
I try
commit
to.
like 6 hours of your life to wrestling in a week now
Yeah,
that you know.
man, especially with the WWE product being what it is, man. It's just,
Yeah, I don't want to sit through it.
yeah, man. I mean, I'm a little biased because I feel they have misused both of my friends that work for them, Luke Gallows and Curtis Axel. I don't think they've done right by either one of them, so
Yeah,
I'm a little biased against them.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they both jump to All Elite once their contracts are up, but I don't have any kind of inside scoop or anything. That's just a personal hope. So
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hopefully they do pretty good with All Elite. How do you feel about that? You think that Cody Rhodes and the Bucks are gonna be able to be a legit competition for WWE?
man, I think they have the mind for it. What I'm most excited about with that is Tony Khan, the guy that's backing it. That's
Yeah.
what's exciting about it to me is that he's throwing $100 million into it, and that's you need that kind of money if you're going to compete with Vince McMahon.
Mhm.
Uh, and I mean, as much as I love and enjoy Ring of Honor and all those promotions, that they just don't have the finance. Well, I guess technically Ring of Honor does because they're owned by Sinclair Broadcasting, but Sinclair's kind of treated them like a redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, they don't
They
dump
haven't
any
really.
money into them. They just kind of they've dumped a little bit into the recording product, I guess. But they don't really dump anything into any kind of promoting or anything. They're still, like you said, the redheaded stepchild. They air them at like 1 in the fucking morning, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm hoping with and that Khan guy excuse me, owning the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's got network TV connections and all that stuff. So my hope is that they'll be able to land a decent TV slot, and they have all that money behind them. Man, for
Hmm.
first time since WCW, it seems like there may be some actual competition now.
Yeah. I mean, Impact had it for a minute almost, but they fucked it up immensely.
Exactly, man. They tried to be WWE like, you know what I mean? And
Well, they made
they
the
should
same
have learned.
mistakes that WCW made, in my opinion, and it was like they're hiring and overpaying the same old ass wrestlers that WCW was.
Yep.
You know,
And that's what's exciting about the Bucks and them, man, is they have their group of guys, the elite, being the elite guys. It'll be interesting to see where Kenny Omega goes, man.
yeah,
I think he could make a difference if he goes to All Elite. But if he goes to the WWE, it's, if they're not homegrown stars, man, they don't know what to do with them.
yeah,
And even, guys like the NXT guys that get called up, for example, Shinsuke and all those guys,
yeah,
I feel they've just been wasted on the
yeah.
main roster, man.
Honestly, I'm amazed that AJ Styles does as good as he does on there. Like, I
He's like
thought
the
he was going to be
exception to the rule,
wasted.
man.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be wasted. There's like not even a reason for it, really. Like with how much they've fucked over all their good stars, and even some of their stars that they do fuck over that are good are homegrown stars. Look at Cody Rhodes is fucking homegrown.
Oh yeah.
You
Well,
know?
Vince never looked at him as a top guy, and I don't understand why. I guess it's his size, maybe. He's not a giant person. I mean, he's big by normal people standards, but by WWE standards, he's a little guy. But then the
Yeah,
flip side of that coin is so is AJ Styles. So who knows? Who knows what the hell happened with Cody, man?
yeah. Well, fuck, dude. They should have seen the potential in Cody Rhodes when they fucking made that Stardust character go over. You know?
Man,
That was the worst
you know,
character he could have handed him, and he fucking ran with it, man.
yeah, and you got to respect that, man. You got to respect somebody that gives a dumb gimmick like that his all, and that's kind of why I have hope for All Elite because he knows how to get over,
Yeah.
and the
Well,
Bucks
and
same
he's
deal.
got it in his DNA. Sorry to interrupt you.
No
When you're
worries,
raised
man.
by Dusty Rhodes, one of the best bookers of all times, one of the best wrestlers of all times, the guy that was just one of the best in the business all around was Dusty Rhodes, and that's
Yeah,
his
I mean,
son.
legend.
He's a legend in almost every aspect that you can be a legend in that business. Like not just a
Yep,
wrestler, but and not just a promo guy, but he in the business too as well,
yep,
the back scenes shit, and that's Cody Rhodes was brought into that shit. So he's been watching this since he could walk.
yep, yep. And that's not to mention Dustin. Dustin Rhodes,
Yeah,
all
no,
that he's learned from him over the years. So if anybody can do it, man, I think Cody and the Bucks can.
Yeah.
What will be interesting to see is like their business model. How often are they going to run? You know, are they going to
Mhm.
try to do 300 dates a year like the WWE does? And if they do decide to go that way, how do they plan to sustain their business? Because it really is, you know, WWE is professional wrestling, and the people that know about All Elite are the diehards.
Mhm.
So how many diehards are there enough diehards out there to sustain a second wrestling company? The WWE's business model has changed. It's not, you know, where it used to be based on ticket sales. That's
Yeah.
not their business model anymore. Their business model now is TV deals and network and all that stuff. The ticket sales are such a small part of their revenue stream. So
Mhm.
what what is All Elite gonna what is their business model and how do they plan on sustaining the company? Right now they have the Bucks and Cody signed for 5 years from what I understand. So I mean obviously they're looking to give it their all for 5 years. But if
Mhm.
at the end of those 5 years, if it's not, you know, if it's not filling up arenas, is Tony Khan going to pull the plug? You know, these are all questions that can't be answered until, you know, they can only be answered with time. It's not
Yeah.
something we can answer right now. So it's an exciting time to be a wrestling fan, man.
It
It'll
is
be
for sure.
interesting to see what happens with all that.
I think there's a few key factors that, like you kind of were talking about, that will either make or break them. And the first one, like you said, as a TV deal, they need a TV deal, not on some bullshit channel that's number 560 on your satellite dish, but like a legit network. Um,
Yep.
I heard TBS is looking at maybe picking them up, but I'm like also wondering, like, Ted Turner pulled the plug on WCW. It wasn't anything else. It was Ted Turner just tired of doing wrestling.
Well,
So,
no, it wasn't Turner, man. It was the TBS was or Turner sold to AOL Time Warner, and it was AOL Time Warner that pulled the plug.
oh, all right, okay,
Got yeah, and I don't think you know Turner has anything or has had anything to do
with it
with
sense.
TBS, TNT, CNN for 15, 20 years now. So I don't know, but you know if you put it on TBS, does it automatically have the WCW stigma?
Yeah, that
You
was
know,
what I was thinking
yeah.
as well.
So
Another thing too is I think everybody's really excited because they sold out that Chicago arena for All In, and
yeah,
um, or was it Chicago that they were at, or was it New
it was
York?
Chicago
Was it
Sears
okay?
Center. Yeah,
Um, but they sold that out, and everybody's really excited. But like the thing is I think a lot of people like were like, fuck this shit. We're gonna show Vince McMahon and let his product shitty, and that we're gonna go support this. So I think a lot of people dropped a lot of money to fly in there to do that, and like, I don't think they're going to be able to do that 4 times a year, and if they decide to go completely all out and compete with WWE and do a pay-per-view every month, like, people aren't going to do that 12 months out of the year. So I'm wondering if they're going to be able to do that, kind of how the WWE does, and draw the locals from the city for the most part and to fill their seats.
yeah. I feel like All In was the exception, not the rule. Nothing like that had ever been done before. It was the first time. And I think Double or Nothing, the next one, it's probably going to do the same thing, I would imagine. But beyond that, when you start running more than once a year, when you're trying to run an actual company and tour, there's so many unanswered questions right now that
Hmm.
they haven't released what their business model is going to be. They haven't released anything really other than we're running May, whatever it is, 25th or 26th in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
That's really all we know right now. We don't know a whole hell of a lot beyond that. So
I know they've
I'm
been
just
working on this for a lot longer than people think they have.
yeah, I just read Jericho had he flew to All In from
Yeah, I heard
or
that
on
too.
Tony Khan's jet. So I
Yeah.
mean that was in September, so that's at least 4 months right there.
Mhm.
And I'm sure Cody and the Bucks have been working on it, a lot longer than 4 months. I
Yeah.
just don't know other than that, what their business model is going to be, how often they're going to run all this, you know. So
I also heard Jericho on Cornette's podcast, and if you know anything about Cornette, you know he hates the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, and but you know Cornette was kind of grilling him about how it how it is compared to WWE as far as professionalism, and Jericho himself said they got a long way to go, and it's they say it's like he said that they probably could be a lot more professional. So I'm hoping they're not like a little green, a little young, a little arrogant, which I mean could be their favor or their fault at the same time, you know.
yeah, we got to think, man. Vince McMahon is a third generation promoter. He's been promoting, you know, the majority of his adult life. He's 72 or 73 now, so he has probably 40, 45, 50 years maybe of promoting under his belt on top of learning from his father, learning from his grandfather. So a group of guys who have run one show one time, there's, I mean, they can't be expected to know everything and
Mhm.
be able to, you know, be held to that standard that a Vince McMahon been doing this for so long. He's done everything as possible for the business the way it is now. You just can't expect them to be on that level. So it's all, I, but I think that the unknown is part of what's so exciting about it. So we'll
Yeah,
see what happens.
me too. And the fact, man, I'm with you, and I think WWE fans or wrestling fans in general are with you. Like you're just tired of the same bullshit product, man. I think they've made some kind of changes, but it's almost like too little, too late. Like Daniel Bryan's got the strap right now, but at the same time, I still ain't fucking watching it. You know, he's Daniel Bryan's doing some of the best work he's done in his career as far as promos goes, as far as character go. But I haven't fucking watched it in fucking months.
Yep. See, that shows you how out of it I am. I didn't even know that he had spells.
Yeah, he's feuding with AJ
I
right
pay
now.
attention to Gallows and Anderson and Kurt Saxel. That's about the extent of it.
Yeah, I mean, him and AJ are probably having 5-star matches right now, and I haven't fucking watched them. You know, like it shows you
Yeah,
how
that doesn't
involved I
surprise
am.
me to. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me to hear that, man. You know, that's two of the best wrestlers in the world. So I'm not surprised to hear that. But what effect is that having on WWE's business? Are house show numbers up? Are network numbers up? You know, what effect are those 5-star matches having? And
Hmm.
how does that affect All Elite Wrestling? Because that's what All Elite is banking on, is the match quality. It's not, you know, we're not sports entertainment, we're pro wrestling. Okay, well, is there a market for professional wrestling in 2019? So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, enough of the wrestling talk. We should get back on music because you gotta.
Yeah, my manager's gonna kick my ass when he listens to
Yeah, you got a lot going on, man. So, well, that's pretty fucking rad, though, that you're going out with or not Cody, but Coulter.
this.
Um,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's a couple shows, and then hooked for more dates later on. February 7th with Coulter in Austin. February 8th with Ward Davis in Dallas.
what?
Then meet up with Coulter again the 12th. And there's some stuff in between that, and then some stuff after that. We're all over the place, man.
Right on, dude. Are you touring with a full band these days, or are you just riding solo?
We're not going to afford them. You know, it's a money thing.
Yeah.
Uh, when I'm getting paid enough to bring a band, I certainly do. But you know, majority of the time is you know, just me and my guitar and my stories.
Oh yeah, man. Um, so that song of yours that Cody Jinks covered is picking up a shit ton of steam, man. That's pretty awesome to see, man.
Yeah, man, it went to #1 on iTunes, #1 on Amazon, #1 on the Texas charts. Went to like 13 on Billboard or something like that, and it started to creep back up the Billboard charts. Man, it's really starting to catch a second wind, which is unusual. You know what I mean? Normally singles have their shelf life, then they go away. But for some reason, this is starting to creep back up again. And uh, I am grateful for it, and so is my bank account. God bless Cody Jinks.
Right on, man. Yeah, he's picking up a lot of steam. It's good to see that good country music's finally catching on a little bit, man.
Man, and Cody has worked his ass off for years, and he's a genuinely great person. So it's nice to see a guy that has worked hard, who treats everyone with kindness and respect, and who, just to shorten it, honestly deserves it, gets the success that he deserves, man. It's encouraging and it's inspiring and it's awesome to see. It shows you, hey man, maybe the good guys can win in the end after all.
Yeah, that's kind of how I think a lot of people feel about it,
Yep. He's an
watching.
underdog, man.
He is.
Underdog when compared to guys like Luke Bryan, Kenny Chesney, those kind of guys, he's the underdog, man. And I think that's a lot of what his fan base has latched onto. A lot of his fan base, I think, looks at themselves as the underdog, and they latch onto him and they want to see him succeed, which is a beautiful fucking thing, man. It's awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. So, yeah, it's a good time to be a music fan as well.
Hell yeah, man. There's a lot of good stuff out there. There's a lot of shit out there too. But man, if you wade through the shit, you're gonna find the good stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to wade through as much shit as you did like a few years ago either, Guys like
Yeah,
Tyler
that's
Childers, a lot of those guys are picking up a lot
man.
of steam.
Tyler's he's killing it right now too, man.
Hmm.
Well, Coulter's killing it. Whitey just played the goddamn Ryman. Like, there's a lot of people out there right now that are
Yeah.
fucking killing it. Ward Davis is starting to gain a lot of steam, man. He's selling out every night.
Yeah.
Sonny Sweeney,
Dallas Moore's picking up a lot of steam lately too.
Dallas has been at it for a long time. He's
Mm.
another one uh, that I have a lot of respect for, just because of, well, I mean, not just because, but because of uh, his work ethic, man. Dallas busts his ass every single day, and he's another one that deserves any success that comes his way because of how hard he works.
Yeah. That Josh Morningstar's picking up some steam too.
Shit, man. We're trying, buddy. We're trying. I'm doing everything I can, and so is the team around me. I have a good team now, finally, and we're starting to see some results of our hard work. Our Spotify numbers are going up. All our social media numbers are going up. So it's real encouraging to see, man. And I got to thank Cody Jinks a lot for that too, man. He wears a Josh Morningstar shirt in concert, and he cut Must Be the Whiskey, and he's brought a lot of eyes and attention to me as well, and I'm eternally fucking grateful for everything Cody has done for me, and I'm a big fucking cheerleader for not just Cody, but everybody, Whitey and Coulter and Tyler and everybody, man. I want to see everybody succeed, because the more guys that succeed like that, opens more doors for everyone,
Hmm.
and those guys are out there on the front lines kicking doors down so the rest of us can walk through, man. It's a really, really cool thing.
Hmm. Absolutely. Another guy I'm a pretty big fan of is um, John Moreland.
Dude, I tell you what, man, Moreland, as far as fucking songwriters go, if you want someone to rip your heart out, he's the one to fucking do it. That
Mm.
guy can write a fucking song.
Yeah, he's got a goddamn good voice too. I remember the first time I heard that guy play, I couldn't even remember the last time I had chills hearing a song, man. And that guy, I think honestly, he's probably one of the best singer songwriters out there today, in my opinion.
Oh, beyond question, man. He's amazing, and he's another one that seems to be selling out every time he plays out somewhere. I don't
Hmm.
know that he tours as much as some people do, and I don't say that as a disrespectful thing. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to his tour schedule. He could be out
Yeah.
there every fucking night for all I know. I
Hmm.
just, you know, I, I'm I'm pretty tunnel vision right now, so I don't say that disrespectfully. I just say it because I don't know. But I do know that when he plays, he's selling the fuck out, and that's
Yeah.
awesome. You know. So
Yeah, when I saw him, there was only like 100 people in the house, man. He's
how long ago was that?
oh, dude, it was like 3 years ago, probably maybe four.
Gotcha. Yep. It's really been. Well, you know, Miranda Lambert brought a lot of eyes to him. She is like a John Morland super fan,
Yeah,
and
that's what I
if I'm
heard.
not, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think she recorded one of her songs on her last record, or one of his songs on her last record, or the record she has coming out, or something. I know she's done one or two John Morland songs now,
Hmm.
and you know when you have somebody the stature with the visibility of Miranda Lambert singing your praises, it's definitely gonna fucking help. And you know he, in all fairness, he definitely deserves everyone to sing his praises. Miranda Lambert, fucking Dogfight Harris, Josh Morningstar, everybody should be singing John Morland's praises because he's a fucking badass. But when somebody who has the reach and the influence of Miranda Lambert, you know, starts saying how awesome you are, her fan base is going to look into you. And that's fucking awesome, man. That is awesome.
Hmm. Yeah. With as much as people dog on Miranda Lambert, she's kind of a gal that likes to pull for the underdogs as well, even though she's as famous as she is.
Oh, yeah, man. She takes Sonny out on tour all the time. You know, she, like we were just saying, John Moylan. And as far as mainstream music goes, man, I don't, she is by far, you know, not our biggest problem.
Yeah, that's
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean? Yeah, in the mainstream, man, there's a lot bigger problems than Miranda Lambert.
Hmm.
So, I mean, that Mama's Broken Heart song is that. What a great song. I mean, that's
Yeah, she's got some
Jesus
good ones.
Christ. Yeah, man.
They're just
Yeah,
polished, really polished. But she's got some great lyrics and a great voice, and she plays a fucking instrument and doesn't auto tune all that much. So
yeah. I mean, you can't be mad at that. You know, I've toured a lot with Todd Snyder, and he's got the best analogy for like the whole pop country thing. His analogy for pop country is that music is the music for the homecoming kings and queens. When they grow up, they still need music just like everybody else does. And if you
hmm.
look at the people that listen to that stuff, it's, you know, the popular kids in high school that grew up. You go to a Kenny Chesney concert, and the majority of the people there are the fucking, you know, the high school football team from 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And 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 you know they need music just like you and I need music. Everybody needs music, man. And uh, I don't I will never hate on someone for liking that stuff. I will never hate on an artist for making that stuff. My problem with the whole thing is that that's the stuff that's thrown, or that's the stuff that's shoved down your throat without being given the option of the other stuff. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? It's like they,
exactly.
yeah, they try to sweep the other stuff under the rug and say, no, don't look over here, don't
Mm.
look over there. We got all this going on
Well,
over here.
what
Check
it
this
comes
out.
down to, a lot of it is it's not even about the music. It's what you can sell outside the music. Like people
Yep.
that like Cody Jinks don't have as much money probably as somebody who's those kind of people, like you said, the prom king and queen that are going to the Kenny Chesney show.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
it's all about what kind of clothes you can sell, what kind of fashion, other kind of bullshit you can sell with it. If people are
But
there for just the fucking music, chances are, you're not going to sell much more than music. You know?
you know, they the music business is not very lucrative anymore. You have to
Mm.
be a brand, and you have to venture out into other things to sustain a mainstream career. Whereas a guy like Cody, who's flying just under the radar, he's getting played on FM stations and stuff now. Must Be the Whiskey was the Froggy, which is a syndicated chain of radio stations, like Froggy 101.5, Froggy 101.7, or whatever
Mhm.
they are. Must Be the Whiskey was voted the Froggy Country Song of the Year. So that says something right there, man, that there is a pendulum he ever get to stadium level like a guy like Kenny Chesney. Me personally, do I think he could do it? Fucking right. In a second, Cody's a badass. Do I think he wants to do that? I don't know, man. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think he might like the level he's at right now, where he's selling out 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 seat venues, rolling around, in a tour bus with a bucket trailer. I think he might be happy doing that. Now, I don't know that for sure, and I
Mm-hmm.
know the team that's behind him is going to do everything they possibly can to get him into the stadium. But Cody personally, I don't know if he wants that. But I know that Art and the people he has around him are brilliant business people, and it wouldn't surprise me to see Cody playing arenas or stadiums here in the near future. I just don't know if, as a person, he wants that because he's from the underground, dude. He spent years
Mm-hmm.
slugging it out in the honky tonks just like everybody.
Yeah.
So who knows, man? But it's interesting to watch, and it's an honor to be a very, very small part of what he has going on.
Yeah. I can imagine. Hey, let's bounce back for a minute. I forgot that you did some touring with Todd Snyder. That's pretty fucking awesome too.
Man, Todd is one of my most favorite songwriters,
I bet
one of my
he's
most
a,
favorite people.
I bet he's like an absolute hoot to be on the road with.
He can be, man. He can be. He's just like anyone else. You got good days and bad days. He's always been nothing but bend over backwards nice to me. But the flip side of that coin is he's a human being, and everybody has bad days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, every time I've played a show with him, it's been sold out. The people have been there to listen. He has been nothing but accommodating towards me. I've been over to his house a bunch of times and hung out, stayed the night there. Uh, he's one of a kind, man. He's like Billy Don. He's one of a kind. There's nobody else out there like Todd.
Right on. Yeah, he seems. I've been a fan of his for a long time. When I first started getting back into country music, Todd Snyder was one of the first people I discovered. Actually,
He's a good place to start, man.
yeah, I was. Hayes Carl was real big around that time. I started listening to, and then Ryan Bingham was really big at that time too, and that was before the whole Crazy Heart thing. So I saw Ryan Bingham in a bar with like 30 people in Eugene, Oregon, right before Crazy Heart hit too, around that time. So
Bingham's awesome, dude. I love his voice, man. That fucking sounds like he smoked 5 packs of cigarettes before he
yeah,
singing voice. I dig it, man.
yeah, man. Back about 10 years ago, there was a resurgent where you thought I kind of thought this was gonna happen, and then it just dropped the fuck off, man. Like I thought Bingham was gonna do it, but maybe he decided like you're kind of saying like Cody, you're not sure if he wanted it. Maybe he decided he didn't want to be that big.
Yeah, man. Those guys, especially those Texas guys, man, they're able to make so much money and sustain a career and a very comfortable life just by staying in Texas that a lot of them decide they don't want to go outside. And why would you? If you live in Texas, that's where your fucking family is, and you're making, a couple $1 million every year staying in Texas. What the hell's the point in
Yeah,
going anywhere else? You know what I mean? So
yeah. Somebody
I
else
get it,
that
and
came
I don't
on
know. In
here.
all fairness, I've never met Bingham. I've never played with him. I don't know if that's what happened with him. I just know that that is a very real thing. People, are able to make millions of dollars a year just by staying in Texas.
Yeah,
Why go anywhere else?
yeah, exactly. I had this conversation with somebody else on here the other day. Actually, same exact one about how you can be like there's like country and then there's Texas country, and usually the Texas country don't leave very much. Every once in a while, it goes out about once a year, once every 2 years, but for the most part, a lot of Texas musicians just stay in Texas.
Well, Texas, and then sometimes you'll see him in Oklahoma or Kansas. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean? Just
little
those
surrounding
around.
places.
Yeah, yeah, but they never venture very far outside of Texas. And then you have a guy like Pat Green or Granger Smith, those kind of guys who decide they want to go to Nashville and try to play that game, and you know may change up their sound a little bit, and they want to go back to Texas. Texas says, "Fuck you, you ain't
Actually,
coming back here."
that happened to Bingham. Actually, Speaking of Texas
Really?
country, yeah, that's what happened to Bingham. He went and recorded his first album in Nashville, and they put a bunch of shit on there he didn't like, so he just fucking went back to Texas.
Yeah, yeah. So I know when Pat Green left Texas and went to Nashville, tried to go back to Texas. Texas told him to go fuck himself for all intents and purposes. They didn't want, and it's taken him a long time to build his fan base back up in Texas to where he can sustain himself again at a level he was used to. From what I understand, he's back there now, but it took 5-10 years to get back to where he was when he left, and I think that might be part of what keeps people in Texas is the fear of uh, venturing out and then not being able to go back if they fail.
That's
But a guy
fucking
like Cody,
understandable.
yeah, hell yeah, man. But a guy like Cody always said, basically fuck the Texas scene. He's not really looked at as a red dirt guy. Cody wanted to get out of there. He didn't want to be that Texas guy. And I think that's part of why he has found he wanted to build his name, nation, and worldwide, as opposed to just being big in Texas. So you've got that line in Hippies and Cowboys. They don't write about me in their magazines, so I don't ask for those views for the songs that I sing. Something about never been a part of any bullshit scene. I ain't just talking Nashville, if you know what I mean. Something like that.
Mm.
And it's true, man. He's always kind of done his own thing, and I think that plays a big part in the success that he's seeing now.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause some of that Texas country is borderline polished as fuck too,
Oh yeah, man.
Like
I mean, some of
Reckless
it is quite
Kelly and
pop.
that shit.
Yeah, some of it is very, very poppy, man.
Hmm.
And it I don't know if it gets a pass because it's Texas or what the reason is, but some of it's a little questionable in my book.
Yeah, yeah. Well, when I first moved back here to Hapner, um, I was really into the whole Hank 3 scene and Bob Wayne and all those guys. And when I got here, everybody was listening to like Reckless Kelly and that kind of shit. And I was like, this shit sounds like pop country to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
the
You know what I've come to find out about scenes, man, is it's best to stay away from any kind of scene because scenes will fall apart. There's
yep,
always infighting in the scene, and there's if you piss someone off in the scene, then you're no longer cool in this. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's best to just be nice to everybody and do your own thing. Try to
Well,
get
I
along
mean,
with fucking everyone. Do your own thing, man.
I've been around for long enough now that that's a lesson that's usually most people got to learn it the hard way. And I've seen it too, man. Like I've watched the scene I was a part of just fall apart in front of my eyes, like right when we thought we were gonna conquer the world, and
Yeah.
that's when like you start looking around and you see the guys that might have been kind of a part of that scene but never got involved in any of the bullshit. They're the
Yep.
ones that survived through that, and they take those fans with them too.
Yep.
The goddamn Gallows are a big example of that. It's like I've watched those guys rise to the top of a scene, but they were cool to everybody, but they were never like, this is what we are. We eat, bleed, and shit this. It's like, dude, it's
Yeah.
fucking
Oh yeah.
music. I watched a lot of
Yep.
like people turn like you get those diehards where fans eventually start thinking they're like a band almost, and like they're making fun of people that are new coming to the show because they're not cool enough. They're not part of the scene. I'm like, motherfucker, those guys are buying CDs too. This is our job.
Yep. And that's bullshit, man. You should always welcome new people with open arms because
Yep.
that's how an artist is able to sustain a career. You have to constantly be bringing new eyes and ears onto what it is that you do if you want to
Mm,
be able to do this for any length of time.
yeah.
And that's why I think it's best to just stay away from the scenes and the clicks and all that, man. And I'm not saying, fuck
Don't.
everyone. That's not what I'm saying at all. I try to be nice to everyone and show respect to everyone that shows me respect. I just don't want to, like, for example, talking about my own personal experience, I got lumped in with the whole outlaw country thing, and it just wasn't a good fit, man, because I don't play. My music doesn't sound like that. You know what I mean? My music
Hmm.
sounds like Josh Morningstar. It doesn't sound like anybody else, man. So to get lumped in with any sort of scene, man, it just wasn't. It wasn't conducive to any sort of sustainable career. So I've really tried to just not separate myself, I guess is the way to put it, but just kind of do my own thing, man, and wish everyone the best and keep my head down, worry about myself, and hope everyone succeeds, man.
Absolutely,
You also
man.
you also stay out of drama doing that too, which is real nice.
Well, when you're focused on your music and you look at it as a business side and you don't look at it as, a way to avoid working, I guess, you tend to be too busy to put up with that shit.
That's right, buddy. And I'll tell you what, I got rid of my Facebook page about 8 months ago. My personal Facebook page. We still have a music page that Travis, my manager, runs, but I got rid of my personal Facebook page about 8 months ago. Best fucking decision I've ever made. I recommend it to every musician, even if you got to have your wife run a music page for you or something. Stay the fuck off of Facebook because that it is so easy to get sucked into the bullshit uh, that is Facebook, man. I tell you what, I got rid of my Facebook page and my attitude changed, my moods got better, fucking my
Hmm.
whole life fucking changed for the better when I
It's
got rid of that goddamn Facebook page.
yeah, it's like a fucking addiction too, man. Like I don't think I'd have it at all if it wasn't for running business shit off of it, but I get sucked into it too to the point where it's just like then it
Yeah,
becomes like your only means of communication. You feel like you need it because of communication, but because nobody knows how to fucking text anymore, email.
yep.
Uh,
That's
you know,
exactly what you mean, man.
there might come a time pretty shortly where I try something like that as well, because like you said, man, like I know it affects my attitude, especially with all the political shit going on nowadays. Like, and I hop on there and I just see how people are treating each other, or somebody says something that's just insanely fucked up, and it just fucking pisses me off.
Yep, and it's bullshit. Dude. I tell you what, on Martin Luther King Day the other day, right? On my Instagram, I posted a painting that I saw because I thought it was an awesome painting. What it was a painting of Martin Luther King with his hand over Donald Trump's mouth, and Trump had Twitter up on his phone. It didn't have anything to do with any type of political agenda or anything like that. I don't talk politics. As far as I'll go into politics is I think Trump should be off Twitter, and I think he should probably not say some stuff that he said. That's as political as I will talk. And the reason I think he should be on Twitter is because he doesn't know how to use proper grammar, he doesn't know how to spell properly, and he doesn't know how to use punctuation. And I think all of those should be prerequisites to be our president. If you're going to be our president, you should know how to spell, you should know how to use punctuation. He gets on Twitter, and I'm embarrassed, not necessarily by the things he says. That's not what I'm saying. I'm embarrassed by how he says what he says. And I'm not saying that I'm not embarrassed by some of the stuff or some of the stuff he says. It's just I'm not going to discuss that. What
Yeah,
I
I
am
got you.
embarrassed by, yeah, what I am embarrassed by is his lack of punctuation and his misspelling of words. Our
Well,
president should know how to spell apprehensive. I'm
exactly.
sorry.
Part
He
of
should
our,
know how to.
I think part of the problem with that is too is there's people out there that excuse that. Just it seems like almost because they're stubborn. I'm like, there's not an excuse for that.
Yeah, man,
Like
there really is.
just because you voted for him, at least you can at least say like, dude, like he could be professional and not have a fucking Twitter page and do this shit.
Exactly, and that was the whole point of me. I mean, the whole point of me posting that painting really was just, hey, this is a dope painting. This guy did a great job on this painting, and but people can't see that, man. It's got to all be fucking politics. And I had people tell me to just shut up and sing
Oh,
that
I
I was
love that.
that I was an embarrassment to my country because I didn't respect our president, not knowing at all what my political views are, just making an assumption because of a painting that I
Hmm.
thought was awesome. And I don't have time for that shit, man. I left it up for an hour, and it reminded me why I don't post anything about Donald Trump because I don't care to argue with people. My political views are my political views, and no one else's. And the thing about it is, it wasn't even a political fucking statement. It was just a cool fucking painting. So
Yeah,
I can't do it, man. I cannot do it. So
I can understand that, man. You're smart, and you're at a very
yeah, my
delicate, like you said, you're at a delicate point in your career too, where losing fans over some shit like that is not worth it.
and it's. I mean, I have my views, and I will fight to the death for what I believe in. But the thing about it is, it's what I believe in, and they are my views, and I'm allowed to feel how I want to feel. You can feel how you want to feel, and I have just as much right to feel how I want to feel. And if people could just understand that we're allowed to disagree,
Yeah.
we can disagree in a civil way. We
Mhm.
don't have to resort to name calling or shut up and sing or that kind of stuff. We can have an intelligent, civil discussion with one another and still part as friends, regardless of how we feel about the goddamn president of the United States. Who,
Well, yeah.
when it when it when it comes down to it, how you feel about the president and how I feel about the president, or how anyone feels about the president, doesn't make any fucking difference at all. It
No.
is totally out of all of our hands. You can rant and rave all you want about how great Trump is or how horrible Trump is. The bottom line is it's not going to change a fucking thing. This system and this country is set up to keep the citizens down, and the ones that have the fucking money and the power are always going to have the money and the power. And until we're able to come together to actually revolt, it's not going to ever change. And we'll
Mhm.
never be able to come together and make a difference because we're too divisive and we don't know
Yeah.
how to discuss our differences in a civil way to still be able to come together to make a change.
Yeah, that's
We're, we we do exactly what they want us to do, man. We're
mhm.
puppets, and we
Yeah.
fall exactly into that, and and it sucks, man. It sucks, but that's the way of the world.
Yeah, and I couldn't put it better myself too. I think I feel personally like just because somebody disagrees with you doesn't mean they're personally attacking you.
Exactly, man. Exactly, and
Um
that's what people don't understand. People can, and it's the same in music, man. You say you don't like music or someone's music, and their fans attack you, and it's fuck you,
uh-huh.
fuck that guy. People don't understand that you're allowed to have your own taste. You don't have to like something just because other people do. And just
Yeah.
because you say, I don't like that person's music, doesn't mean that you don't like that person as a person. It just
Mhm.
means you don't like the music that they make. And that is totally okay.
Yeah, it's not
Everybody's allowed to have their own taste, man.
yeah, and it's not
Whether it's
necessarily like
politics,
you're saying their music's
whatever.
bad. It's just
Yeah,
you're just saying that you don't like it. Everybody's got, like you said, everybody's got their own taste, and you're
yeah. And that's
completely
the
right.
thing, man. We've all been trained to fall in line. That when somebody doesn't fall in line, the people that are in line attack the person that
Mhm.
isn't, and that sucks, man. And it's like that with politics. It's like that with music. It's like that in so many different aspects of our daily lives. That until that changes, there's no real change ever going to be made.
Mhm. Yeah, that's pretty much my feelings exactly on it. Like you're saying. I feel like this is pretty much what they want. Is everybody attacking each other? Because if we're attacking each other, they're doing whatever the fuck they want to do.
Exactly.
Until we stop to look
Exactly.
and be like, what the fuck's going on here? And
It's one
start
of the oldest
questioning shit.
strategies. It's one of the oldest strategies there is, brother. Divide and conquer. It's
Hmm.
been around for years and years and years. One of the oldest military strategies in existence. You divide them, and once they're divided, you're able to conquer.
Hmm.
And that's exactly what they've been doing for fucking years now, man.
Yeah. Yeah, the human race, man. We evolve in a lot of ways, but we kind of devolve in a lot of ways too.
No shit, man.
There's a
No
reason history
shit.
books are around. You can read this shit. It's the same
Yeah,
shit. There's nothing special about it.
yeah. We know the thing about history books, man, is the winners always write history. You
Yep.
never the history doesn't come from the losers. It comes from the people that won whatever, you were attempting to win.
Uh,
So, uh, yeah, I mean, you really gotta to look at the entire picture. You can't just focus on one point, one part of it. Which, for example, a history book. History books are going to be written by the people that want whatever. So, in order to get the whole picture and really be able to evolve and really be able to better ourselves, we have to take lessons not only from the winners but from the losers. And it's hard to take lessons from the losers when they're swept under the rug, ignored, called crazy, any number of things, man.
there's some wise words there, man. Yeah, couldn't say it better myself, really. But well, shit, man, we're coming up on an hour. I usually don't like to run too much longer than that. And you probably got to get going anyways, or I don't know if
Yep,
you're
I'm
still
going
driving
into
or not.
Nashville now, buddy.
Oh
So
yeah.
perfect timing. Yep.
All right, cool, man. Hey, so do you want to plug any of your websites or where you can hear your songs or pick up your newest albums real quick?
Yep. JoshMorningstar.com is the website. All of my social medias are linked from there, Instagram and Twitter. The music page on Facebook, all of that's linked to JoshMorningstar.com. You can pick up a copy of my new record with Lee, out now on Young Mary's Records there, JoshMorningstar.com. It's also on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Google Play, all those places, man. Same old suspects, same old shit, man. But I really appreciate your time, dog. Right? Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on, Josh. Appreciate it. Good luck out there. Stay safe. Whenever you want to come on the show, hit me up. We can bullshit about wrestling some more. Do whatever you want. Like
Shit,
I
brother, don't tell me that. I'll be your only fucking guest.
said. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. Also, anybody who's listening to this, you can find the links in the description of this video as well. So if you guys want to check them out or purchase some stuff, you can just find the links there. So.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, dog. Thank you so much, man.
Yep. You have a good one, buddy.
You too.
Bye.